Welcome back to Hot Buttons, a channel that unpacks hot social issues. So, Luigi Mangione. He's been the talk of the internet on all the social media right now as he is the suspect for killing the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson. Luigi, this guy is Italian, handsome, Ivy League graduate with a bachelor and a master, valedictorian, data engineer from a very wealthy background. So have you ever wondered what his thought process could be? All of his social media has been taken down, except for his Twitter account, so you can only really look at his tweets and maybe get an idea of who he is. I mean, what he was thinking. I already know that he's a pretty smart, intelligent guy, but what does he care about? Now, Luigi posted a total of 286 posts on his Twitter account, but I'm just going to pick his best tweets that may contain a bit of information about himself, going all the way back to 2021 when Luigi started reposting tweets. One of the tweets standing out to me was this one. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion. For every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. Now that's a quote from Bertrand Russell. As you might know, Bertrand Russell was a very famous British philosopher and logician in the 20th century. Now, to the general public, however, he was best known as a campaigner for peace and as a popular writer on social, political and moral subjects. So Luigi has posted one of the 10 Commandments by Bertrand Russell in his tweet. I feel like this guy has a genuine and deep care about philosophy, as many other of his tweets were also related to philosophy in some way. In 2022, Luigi reposted a post from Tim Urban. It's super important to support marginalised people in places where it's popular to do so, showing a pride rainbow colouring on BMW accounts for global, India, Mexico, South Africa and the UK, but conspicuously missing on the Middle East. To me, this shows that Luigi has a care for marginalised people and a dislike of virtue signalling, plus a cynical sense of humour. Here's a repost from 2022. When I hear the objection that billionaire philanthropy is undemocratic, pulling the lever would switch the trolley to the next track, saving 5 lives, but that decision wouldn't be the result of a democratic process. What should you do? Now, obviously he's defending billionaire philanthropy in here, but later on he also made a decision to kill Brian Thompson, the multi-millionaire of United Healthcare. Clearly not based on a blind hatred of the rich, but rather a more nuanced or at least more motivated point of view. Here's another one, also related to the trolley problem. Joker. If you kill me, you can save all these people. Batman. No, if I kill you, that means that I'm no different from you. Joker. Batman. Silence. Joker. Have you ever heard of the trolley problem? Some other posts were about how we're entering a new world, a modern age. Finally, be excited for what the future holds for us. We may have been born into one of the most exciting times of Earth, regardless of the singularity. We might not recognize it in our day-to-day lives, but the world is changing fast. And another tweet based on that same speech. When we understand just how fast the rate of human progress is increasing, a revolutionary near future isn't unbelievable. It's actually the only logical conclusion. Now, I believe that these are both quotes from a speech he made, possibly as part of his graduation ceremony. I'm not quite sure. Here's a repost from Steve Stewart Williams. Humans. Males commit 95% of homicides and are 79% of homicide victims. Chimps. Males commit 92% of chimpicides and are 73% of chimpicide victims. Another repost from the same account. Who believes the media controls people? All raise their hand. Who believes they are being controlled? Silence. Crickets. Here's a repost from Adam Grant. We shouldn't listen to people because we agree with what they think. We should listen when we're impressed by how they think. Intellectual loyalty is defending strong convictions. Intellectual integrity is being convinced by strong arguments. Showing a graph. 2 axes. Vertical, how you think. Horizontal, more authoritarian. Now this is a pretty strange graph, I'm not going to lie. Obviously it's intended more for giving a narrative rather than any actual kind of graphy purpose, but you can sort of get the idea here. Advocating for that top left quadrant of the graph where one is open to new ideas and bases one's thoughts on the merit of the ideas or the strength of the arguments rather than the strength of conviction or any sort of like preconceived dogma. For me, this brings to mind Bertrand Russell again. Here's a relevant quote. Find more pleasure in intelligent dissent than in passive agreement. For if you value intelligence as you should, the former implies a deeper agreement than the latter. I love that. Here's a repost from Martin Bauer. It's amazing how much caffeine really is the only drug that has achieved this level of social acceptance. Imagine someone saying, the first line of cocaine in the morning is one of my favourite things in life, or without my morning joint, I can't function. Referring to, of course, a earlier tweet from Lex Friedman, first coffee in the morning is one of my favourite things about life. Now, this is an interesting topic, really, because it is absolutely true. Like, caffeine is a widely accepted drug Like, it literally is a drug, and it's incredibly widely accepted. Very little stigma around it. Myself, I drink a lot of coffee every day, and I don't know if I could live without my morning coffee anymore. But yeah, like framed like this, it really does make you think, doesn't it? Here's an original tweet from Luigi. 7 years ago, I gave my high school senior speech on this topic. Today, I will be talking to you about the future, about topics ranging from conscious artificial intelligence to human immortality. Likely, you'll dismiss all this pretty quickly as interesting, but just science fiction. Now, this is replying to an earlier tweet by Tim Urban again. I don't know if the future is going to be utopia or dystopia, but it's unlikely to be anything in between. Now, this is showing a graph with a spectrum from left to right, extinction to immortality. Now, the normal range of possible states is if things kind of suck, things are pretty good. Now, these are the states for the human race in general, not for an individual person. And after the introduction of ASI, that's artificial superintelligence, things are either going to get much better or much worse, all the way to immortality or extinction. Anyways, that was a few of Luigi Mangione's tweets and my thoughts about them. I do think he strikes me as a pretty cool, intelligent, smart guy who obviously cares a lot about human life and development. What are your thoughts about the man? Please leave a comment under the video below. Anyway, that's it for Hot Buttons today. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you want more videos like this. See ya!